back with 40K. Let's go through Idira's door and see what the hell happens.
I always keep my...
Abelard, I've been meaning to ask, how are you keeping it together so well? Don't you ever feel awful without her?
None are better at self.
Enough, Class. We have a duty to the new rogue trader. You would do well to focus on that. If you keep your mind busy, you will have less opportunity to fill it with awful things.
Well, this sounds pretty ominous. Look at... what is all that? Why? Why are there people stuck to the walls on hooks?
Is there
The
money to be
mistress
made?
told me a secret.
A trivial task. Rise to the top, or get left in the dust. Let us not dawdle.
Do you see that?
Keep a sharp eye. Too hard for a simple monkey. Always keep your eye on the prize.
You see a contorted, agony-racked Aldari, or more accurately, something that resembles one. A dozen of scars and sutures covered its face. The sight of its misaligned joints moving under its skin makes your stomach turn, and its singular eye looks devoid of sanity. And yet, as you examine the creature's tattered clothes, you can still recognize, albeit with some difficulty, the ceremonial raiment of a farseer. Alas, my deliverance. Mon K? The disgrace, the humiliation of falling at the hands of a lesser creature. Enough. The anticipation of the moment is all that has allowed me to retain a vestige of reason. End me now. Who are you? I do not recognize you, but your vestments. A child of our dead home? I do not remember you, but it gladdens me that on the cusp of death to behold a spark of the Asirani. Who are you? A hollow shell forced into servitude. Every tone of my being calls out to me, urging me to claim your lives, only stopped by the fading remnants of my former self. Quickly, I demand that you give me death. Give me my death to I demand that you give my death to me and break the shackles of this nightmare. The farseer's crooked fingers reach for his temples, and you notice the sinister-looking device on his head. Idira freezes. Her eyes are locked on the familiar translucent threads. The size stifler coiled in sickening patterns around the Aldari's temples like a crystal vice. No, it's not fair. Is this my salvation? You tell me I escaped Bloody Camargue just to put that thing back on my head willingly? So what are you? Cervantes' plaything. The master used me by means of that which now entangles my mind and bends me and my powers to its will. I am the tool that conceals this lair from prying eye, and the energies of the veil. Had the Mon K's seer not heard my pleas for help, you never would have found me. Your pleas for help? My silent cries pierced the veil and sent visions of this prison beyond its walls. They carried with them my dreams of deliverance and liberation. Is that not the reason for your coming? Oh, this half-baked guff is killing me. What, does that mean it wasn't my own salvation I saw in my dreams? It was this half-dead Xenos' deliverance? Come off it. Don't you buy any of this crap, Lord Captain. He's just trying to mess with our heads. I have no reason to lie to you, Monkey. However, your beliefs are of no matter. You are already here, which means I will finally die. I've never been merciful to Xenos. I have no desire to start now. Let him suffer until death claims him. He was tortured by the same Xenos who held you captive and brutally murdered your friends. You are comrades in misfortune in a way. Don't you have any sympathy for him at all? Comrades? What in the Kraken's asshole are you talking about? I'm a descendant of the Allfather, and he is a violent human. Compare me with a knife made of honest plasteel broken in the homunculus' hands. You'll find more similarities than I have with this wretch. He could suffer. You can see that he is no commoner, so he has no doubt done his share of vile deeds in his life. All I need is the implant on your head. Give it to me, and I shall set you free. It's too late. My mind is poisoned. My soul is marred. I do not know for what purpose you need this cursed machine, Monkey. But if your mind carries a shred of reason, then destroy it, along with me. Not a chance, Xenos. That thing, that psi stifler, will save my life. You're just weak. That's why you can't handle it. Naive child. You would condemn yourself to a fate of true horror. Heed me when I say there are things far worse than death. What makes this device so dangerous? It hides the soul within the warp from the spawn of chaos without severing its connections to real space, and it slowly consumes the soul. Day after day, the soul erodes and withers, until nothing remains but emptiness. Is that right? You certainly talk a lot for someone who's supposed to be empty. Before all this, you must have never shut up. I spent eons harnessing my gift. I guided an entire world. My gaze pierced the future, looking epochs ahead, and even I am at my limit. Clinging desperately to the meager relics of what I once called my soul just to speak another world. Who gave you the audacity to think you will fare any better? I shall grant you a swift death. Let it be so. The Farseer rises from his knees in a jerking position like a broken marionette and takes a step towards you with glassy eyes. His pale fingers move as if triggered by invisible strings. The mutilated bodies of the twisted creature in the tank start convulsing synchronously. In frightening unison, the unblinking eyes shift to you. Oh, good lord.
Xenos scum! You don't belong in this galaxy!
We are called to battle.
Ow.
I answer the call. We all walk our own path.
Skitya! My Keramite hide is strong!
Let's make some opportunities. On it. I'll make it happen. Consider this a taste of what's to come. Taking calculated risk is my second nature.
We all walk our own path. I do not fear a perilous path. You might pay dearly for your actions.
Do you mind?
Swift and silent.
Gotta move, Cap. I can't see the controller. The options with you sitting in front of the monitor.
If it serves your cause, I understand your intent. This tedium is beneath me. Ancestors, guide me!
answer the call. We all walk our own path.
So it's
I do not fear a perilous path. Isha, keep my spirits fed.
my instincts tell me to refuse.
None spill no tears for me.
Understanding.
Isha.
Just barely.
Fenris Shoulder! So shall it. Verily I say fight of death! Momentum. See how
Strands of fate, guide me.
That lightning thing sucked.
I know what is to come. Was that you? Or...
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. At your beck and call. Grey hair, sore hand. Brace your... Abelard. We'll rule the stars themselves. Follow my lead. I will do my... At your beck and call. Reduced to dust!
Oh, the last two.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. It will be done. An exemplary
Return
strike.
this favor tenfold.
Indeed. Target well struck. I will do my
I'll return this favor tenfold.
at your beck and call.
Am I getting paid for this? Don't get too cocky.
A pitiful attempt.
Can't catch my breath. I owe you a debt. I won't forget this. I'll see to it personally. Who, if not me? I refuse. You should feel honored to witness this. Honored. You never stood a chance.
An unworthy soul. If it serves your cause. I hear you moving no more.
Idira carefully pulls the threads of the side stipple out of the Farseer's breathless body. The strange device glimmers ominously in her hands. It's difficult to tell in the dim light if the threads are moving on their own, or if it is because her whole body is trembling. This is Xeno, sitting in Void Star. Did you see his eyes right before he attacked us? It was like there was no light left in them. Is it because of this thing? I don't want to die, but I don't want to live like that either. It means I'll stop being myself, and what's the point? You don't have to resort to a solution like this. There are other ways. My kind have other technology. Devices not designed to purely scourge the soul. Oh yeah, Red, I'm sure they do. And as soon as I visit your nearest and dearest, I'm sure they'll welcome me with open arms and spoil me with gifts. Look, Juliet, if you're not on great terms with them, then what chances does a Monkey witch have? The decision is yours alone, Idira. My decision? Idira bites her lip, looks down at the Xenos artifact in her hands. Her expression betrays an intense struggle, the burden of a terrible choice. A few moments pass before she raises her hands and nods. Yes, you're right. This crap isn't worth it. Time to accept the inevitable. I can entertain these fantasies of a nice long life, all I like, but that's all they'll ever be. Fantasies. Pretty tales to tell over a glass of anisec to make real life seem less shitty. The reality of the situation is ugly and merciless. I'm a psyker. My abilities are getting more and more out of control by the day, which means I'll go out like any psyker should. It'll be ugly and merciless. Best I can hope for is that it'll be so fragging awesome and heroic that you'll be telling stories of it to your grandchildren for ages. Thank you for helping me realize this, Selena Voidstar. I'm pretty sure we're done here, Lord Captain. Mind letting me know when you have some time once we're back on the ship? I want to talk to you about plans for the future in private. Can we go now? Still got a whole life to get on with. Well, let's get out of here. Oh, I need to loot everything. Ah. Not a big fan of that. The tank filled with repulsive green liquid contains a mold-like figure. Probably more of that dude's backup body parts.
I always keep my options open. Keep your wits about you.
Unless that's the elevator door.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Well, let's get the hell out of here.
Let us not dawdle.
No. I forget.
Unexpected result.
Can't
Is
jump
there
over
money
a
to be made?
damn bookcase.
I always keep my options open.
Let's get out of here.
I always have a backup plan.
Idira. No, wrong way. Wrong way. Got a new story for me, Idira?
You bet I do, Lord Captain. Okay, so we went to Footfall once. Well, I mean, Lord Captain Theodora went to Footfall a lot. But on that occasion, she took me with her for some reason. My day had gotten off to a bad start. My head had been yammering since I woke up, but there was nothing else for it. I had to go. We arrive at the place, and what a place! All the gentlemen and ladies dressed to kill, showing off their encrusted implants, all clustered around little tables. Well, turned out it was a gaming den. And not just any gaming den, but one run by somebody with deep pockets for people with just as much cash to splash. You should have seen it. People gambling away planets in a game of regicide. Anyway, so the Lord Captain wanted me to help her beat some guy. So I tell her, the chips won't land in your favor. You'll get a bad hand. Don't sit down at that table, your ladyship. But did she listen? Of course she didn't. If there's one thing she never lacked, it's stubbornness. So they sat down and the cards were dealt. I'm hovering around like I'm not involved, but I'm keeping my eye on things. And everything in my head keeps getting louder and louder. Anyway, it's a good thing I realized in time that my mind wasn't going haywire over a losing hand, but something else. I made some excuse to drag the Lord Captain up from the table and took her away from that place. And a few minutes later, the room where we'd been... It turned out some wise guy had the same bright idea to bring a pet psyker along with him. One of those ones who just scuttle around in Footfall's underbelly. And the psyker just freaked out, I guess. After all the commotion, people went to see what happened in the room. And they'd all gone for each other's throats. Literally. With teeth. And I think they completely detached that asteroid from Footfall and pushed it off into open space so it would head off toward the local star.
Idira, how are you? Not regretting your decision, are you?
Never been better, Lord Captain. No joke. As soon as I stopped fearing for my life, even the voices in my head quieted down. But don't get me wrong, they will come back. And one day I'll find myself in a situation I can't get out of. But for now, I'm fine. And it's all thanks to you. You know, I think it's pretty ironic that my gift lets me see the future, when thinking about the future is the thing I'll do anything to avoid. Substances of all kinds, jokes, stories about their good old days. I hide under them all like a blanket. As long as I don't poke my head out, everything will be okay. At least, that's what I thought. But I'm tired of living other people's stories. I want to tell my own. I don't know when or how mine will come to an end, but I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that somebody someday tells at least one decent story about Idira Tlass. And I can't think of a better way to do that than by standing shoulder to shoulder with you.
One story. Don't sell yourself short. You and I have already had enough adventures to fill a tome.
Then what are we waiting for? Get a scribe in here. We need to get all this down before we forget. But we have to make me more heroic and powerful so that I come out looking the best next to your other companions. What do you reckon? How many wastrels have we slaughtered? 1 million? Stuff that. Let's make it 2.
I must take my leave.
Of course. Always at your service. Whenever you need me.
Oh. Let's sell some shirts. Alright. So now let me look at my ship world, my planet worlds. What's going on?
Lord Captain, allow me to express my gratitude once again for your assistance. If it weren't for your intervention, my entire family could have been executed on false charges. I could have lost them all. I never imagined the Viserians would be so vulnerable, while I serve as seneschal to the Lord Captain herself, far from home. To tell you the truth, Lord Captain, this whole situation has got me thinking. As patriarch of the Viserian family, I have a responsibility to my bloodline. Yes, it is my duty to serve as seneschal to the rogue trader, and I have no intention of relinquishing that role if you find my service as satisfactory as did Lady Theodora. However, if I could be more involved in my family's affairs and still serve the von Valancius dynasty.
I understand your desire. Traditions and old ways must change. I will allow you to return to Dargonis after the immediate crisis in the Expanse has passed.
Thank you, Lord Captain. Under my watch, the Trade Protectorate will remain safe and prosper in service to you. Well then, Lord Captain, it is time I return to my duties. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Must take my leave. Until next time, Seneschal.
Lord Captain.
Now to football. Football. Nothing was. Not here. So I could go. Check out my other planets on the way. Some of them need my attention. I don't need anything there. I'm going to head back down to Fallstone. Yeah, I made it. Where's Fallstone? Here. No. Bun buns. Warp emanations have filled the plasma drive bay. Demons have appeared out of thin air, twisting the appearance and minds of the crew. Some of the voidsmen are being turned into mutant psychers. The incursion must be stopped at all costs. At once. Well, let's go deal with this personally.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Lynch.
Speak, Elantark. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. No weakness is hidden from my sight. I understand your intent. This tedium is beneath me.
Oh, there.
Oh, my ears are ringing.
Don't let your guard down. It's as good as done. I'll make it happen. Who, if not me? Another enemy down. I'll see to it personally. You should have thought twice before crossing me.
I hunger for battle.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. Doubt is for the weak. None can escape the Emperor's judgment. I am his will made manifest.
Oh, really? Next time.
It will be done.
Dominance achieved!
For von Valentius! My place is at the fore. I took care of this one. A tactically sound approach.
At your beck and call. One fewer target. Follow my lead. It will be done. I took care of this one. Reduced to dust. I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
I move as if unseen. If it serves your cause, fortune favors the swift.
I'm ready for whatever comes. I'll make it happen. I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen. The best defense is a good offense. On it.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone!
Let's get over there.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Oh, poop. Now we're gonna do this. The ridiculous way. We're going. That's right. There's the Bun Buns. Alright, we're gonna land on football. I'm gonna say I don't necessarily want to do anything. So let's go land on football, see what happens. Hopefully, if I don't have to do anything. Or I can just land. Save. Lord Captain received a box message from Footfall. The Inquisition has declared martial law on the station due to threat of Malleus Extremis. Docking will require special permission even most of the asteroids have been cordoned off. The station custodian, her ladyship Incendia Corda, sends her greetings and invites your ladyship to disembark at the docks with a small retinue. Her enforcers will meet you there to escort you to another chamber for a private audience. Bigness, the salve of my heart, forgive the intrusion, but I have important business with the rogue trader. Ushering, I simply wish to remind you of my numbskull crew who got themselves captured by some rival ashmags. The name is too occupied for schemes, and besides, Incendia Corda has already put him in his place, which leaves only Falco. May the Aji tear his soul to pieces. Footfall straight ahead, and I would rather not waste the precious sand still left in the hourglass of their lives. He threw a wrench into the works, making my trade network fall apart like a badly assembled chrono. No income, no profits, only damages. All because my right hand was chained up on one of Footfall's asteroids. How about we pay Falco a courtesy visit? I am sure your imposing visage will loosen his tongue. Maybe, just maybe, untie the hands of my crew. Let's go and see what happened to your crew. Have I ever mentioned how you are the most fragrant rosebush in the entire blossoming garden of the Coronis Expanse? This is all you have to say. Apologies, Lord Captain. What will be your instructions? What other options for landing on Footfall do we have? We have none, Lord Captain. The Argus reporting that all docking gates now watched by enforcers are locked and rigged with explosives. Very well, let us take a look at Footfall's new hospitality. As you wish, Lord Captain. Alright, that's where we're going to stop. When we come back, we'll land and do all the rigmarole. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this. If you are, you know what to do. Leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Means a lot, helps channel grow, and I truly do appreciate it. Until next time, love you guys. Hope to see you again soon. Take care, and I will talk to you later. Bye for now.